Hey guys, so I'm back with the series on IPR and Cyber Law 2016 paper solution. Last lecture we have completed our discussion till question number 5, sub question A. Now in this particular lecture we are going to start with discussion about question number 5, sub question B. So this particular question states that what are the rules performed by certifying authority. So what we need to do basically, if whenever we try to communicate over internet, we need to encrypt our documents. So we often heard about a word encryption and decryption. So for encrypting something or to decrypting something, and that is also there are two patterns, symmetric and asymmetric. Symmetric means same key, same one type of a key we use to encrypt the document, that is converting document in a non-readable format. At the same time, same key is used to convert the document from non-readable format to readable format. That is one thing. Now second is called as asymmetric pattern. Now asymmetric cryptography or asymmetric encryption pattern, where we use public key for encrypting the document and the same time receiver is going to decrypt the same document using his own private key. One more thing, we also need something which is called as digital signature. Digital signature is required so that intended recipient will be well assured that document is sent from that particular person or authorized party only. And second thing, once sender sends the document with his digital signature, then he cannot deny, that is non-repudiation. Integrity of document is also maintained. Means if I send something after putting my digital signature on that, then if someone tries to modify the same document, if tampering happens on the document, then there might be chances that digital signature might be lost. So if receiver receives the document without a digital signature, then then receiver is well assured that there might be a tampering happen on the document. Now when we talk about such things like digital signature, encryption, decryption, so basically there is an authority which is called as certifying authority. As you can see here, certifying authority, he is the person who is authorized under Information Technology Act 2000 section 24. Okay, this person is authorized, or it might be an institution. So there are many institutions, like we have domain registrars like GoDaddy, Google, and this all are basically controlled by an parent body and an authority which is called as ICANN, that is Internet Corporation for Assigning Names and Numbers. So basically the same way, if some party wants to make electronic communication in a secure way, that is with the help of encryption, decryption, at that point of time they also need a digital certificate, which provides you public key and private key. So public key we need to share with our other person who's going to send us some documents, and private key we always keep that private key with us. That is a most secret part. So basically how we basically got those private key and public key concept from certifying authority, which basically provides us with one certificate, that is digital certificate, which contains our public key, private key, and some information about our digital signature as well. So how they basically allowed to issue certificates to other persons or other individuals under Information Technology Act 2000 section 24. Remember, section 24. Now let's just discuss about this question. This is basic about CA, what certifying authority, or in short we call it CA. So it is a trusted body whose central responsibility is issue to revoke, renew, and provide directories of digital certificate. As I said, they provides digital certificate. They can also revoke digital certificate, and digital certificate comes with some duration, 1 year, 2 years, something. So we need to again renew the same thing. CA means a person who has granted license to use electronic signature. As I said, electronic signature, digital signature is one and the same. And we already discussed all this. Not we, basically, B.Sc IT students, SEM 6 students already studied all these things in their network security subjects, SEM 5 subjects. So they are well aware with what is mean by electronic signature, digital signature, and what is encryption, decryption means, cryptography means, what is asymmetric and symmetric pattern. So we don't need to discuss everything in detail like we have already studied in NS subject during semester 5, but we just need to have a basic knowledge about what we mean by symmetric, asymmetric cryptography means, what is encryption, decryption, how we basically do it with the help of public key, private key, or using the similar key. So as you can see, I hope this particular points are clear. Now the provisions with regard to certifying authorities are covered under chapter 6, section 17 to section 34 of IT Act 2000. Now remember, if you are not be able to comfortable with all these numbers, at least try to remember IT Act 2000 section 24. These 2 points at least you need to write down in an exam. If you are not be much comfortable with this, just leave it off. And one more thing, that we are not discussing IT Act 2000 in detail. We are just discussing question and the solution. So I'm not going to discuss this chapter and solution regarding to this in quite detail. Now, what is next point? It contains detailed provision relating to appointment and power of controller and certifying authorities. Now remember, all CAs are controlled under controller. There is one controller who basically controls all the activities performed by all the CAs at national level. Now, the IT Act provides for controller of certifying authority, that is called as CCA. CA basically directly interact with the people who needs digital certificate. Then above this, there is also one senior most authority, and that authority is called as CCA, or called as controller of certifying authority, CCA. This particular authority is responsible to license and regulate working of CAs. So basically, how CAs are authorized to issue licenses or digital certificate to other person, they basically certified with the help of controller. This controller is the main authority which can provide authority to different companies. For example, TCS also provides you with digital certificate. So how TCS got this authority? Because of controller. They basically, controller is going to examine that whether the CA is well authorized, well versed with the current trends or not, whether is eligible or not. Eligibility criteria is first satisfied. If eligibility criteria is satisfied, then they can easily make those type of big companies or firms like TCS and many other CAs are there. They can authorize to officially issue certificates to other individuals. Now remember, whenever CA issues a certificate, there is also a digital signature present on their particular digital certificate. For example, if I apply for digital certificate to TCS, so first TCS is going to look at out what are the concern, why I need certificate, whether I'm eligible or not, and after consulting all those points, then if they issue certificate to me, then what that certificate contains, basically my name, other some specific information about me, my public key, my private key is also mentioned, and at the end CA is going to sign. Now how CA is going to sign? CA is going to sign with the help of his digital signature, and that particular signature helps basically to mention that which certificate is issued by which certifying authority. I hope this particular point is clear. Now next is the CA issues digital certificates for electronic authentication users. Obviously we already discussed about this. CCA certifies the public keys of CAs using its own private key. As I said, basically CCA, that is controller of certifying authority, certifies public keys of certifying authorities, that is CAs, using his own private key. So basically on individual certificate you will find signatures of CA, and on the authority letter of CA we can find signature or some credentials provided by CCA. And same way, as you can see, one more point, this purpose is operated under Root Certifying Authority of India, RCAI. And basically now how many certificates are issued on each and every individual, and which CAs issued those certificate. All this is basically stored at one central database or one repository, which is called as National Repository of Digital Certificates. So which certificates are renewed, which certificates are expired, all the details are present under NRDC. I hope this particular basic about CA is clear. Now we are going to discuss about certifying authority. What are the rules? So any person can apply for this particular type of digital signature certificates. Now, what things basically they're going to consider? Every such application shall be, we need to pay some fees against that application, so that they can officially process our document. So basically we central government basically decides the fees not exceeding 25,000, and there are some clauses given here. If you can remember, just note it down, those clauses or sections, that is subsections. Every such application shall be accompanied by certifying practice statement, or where there is no such statement, a statement containing some particular as may be specified by regulation. So some statements we have to provide it, like why we need those type of certificates and other things. On recipient application under subsection CA, after considering the certification practice statement or other statement, can they issue the certificate. Now the next point is, after making some inquiries, it may deem fit grant the digital certificate. So basically they are not going to allot you certificate without any investigation, as I said. So first they are going to investigate on something. They need something like in written, like which type of work we are doing, why do we need those things. It might possible this type of encryption or cryptographic pattern one might use in negative purpose or against the interest of our nation. So it is very important, before issuing any such type of digital signature, we have to well assured which type of activities they are going to perform using this encryption or private key public key infrastructure. That is the most important part. Provide that no digital certificate shall be granted unless CA is satisfied. As I said, if CA is not satisfied, is not going to grant you any certificate. So we have to specify our point to CA that we are working in some XYZ type of company where we need to deal with very confidential types of documents, and those documents might be tempered or might be hacked by any third parties or our rivals. So to maintain the level of security and to minimize the business losses, or to secure the business secrets, we need some encryption pattern, and those encryption patterns are provided under digital certificate, like in a public key private key manner, which is also called as asymmetric pattern. I hope these points are clear, and if you have any doubt regarding the same, you can also write me at on my email ID, that is tiruk.parmar@gmail.com, or you can also comment in video section as well. So this all points are very self-explanatory. The main crux of this particular topic I have already explained in this video. Now in next particular video we are going to start our discussion. I have also provided this example, you can just read it out, this example. In next particular video we are going to start our discussion from what is e-governance. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.